Well, joining me now to discuss all of this is Republican Congressman of North Carolina, our friend Dan Bishop. Also with us, Republican Congressman from Texas, my good buddy, Pat Fallon. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you, Grant.
Thank you for having us, Grant. Thank you. And happy
I'm
St.
curious. Hey, I got my green tie on. It's a little dark, but happy St. Patrick's Day to the both of you, too. So I'm curious. Back in 2017, when we controlled all this, if either of you were saying, let's steamroll these mother scratchers while we have the chance, like I was saying, Pat, let's start with you.
Well, you know, Grant, you cut out a little bit there, but I think I got the gist of your question. And it's this hyper-hypocrisy that we see from the Democrats. I mean, in 2017, the Senate Democrats, I believe there were 27 of them, including Kamala Harris, that signed a letter saying that they had to do, they urged the Republican and Democratic leadership in the Senate to preserve the filibuster because it was such a crucial part of quote-unquote democracy. And now those same senators and Vice President Kamala Harris is saying that it threatens it, and Durbin is going as far as to liken it to Jim Crow laws. That is hypocrisy on steroids.
Yeah. You know, Congressman Bishop, I had said the Democrats are going to go down this road, so we might as well take advantage of it while we have the chance. Do you regret McConnell not throwing out the filibuster? We could have done so many great things during that time, and we really punted, Congressman.
You know, Grant, I would say one thing is for sure. I agree with you that Republicans need to fight fire with fire, and it seems to always be Democrats who do that, and we take a softer approach. We also need to stop blowing our foot off, and we seem to get division, and you just pointed out the Lynn Wood clips. But I think that one other thing I've got to say, though, is right this minute, Grant, the American values are hanging on the cliff's edge by their fingernails, and it depends on the existence of the filibuster. And, you know, H.R. 1 that Clyburn was speaking about, they want to ram through irreversible, fundamentally altering election regulations, federal takeover all election procedures from the states. And that's irreversible change. Arguably, this filibuster, getting rid of that would be irreversible change. So they're always willing to do it.
So right now, Joe Manchin is the guy we're hanging our hats on. I mean, Congressman Fallon, this guy probably needs a food taster right now because, look, the Democrats can't be happy with Joe Manchin. What do you think will happen with him? I mean, I can't believe we find ourselves in this position, Pat.
Well, Grant, I'll personally pay for a security detail for Senator Manchin, for sure. we need him healthy and happy. But
I'll chip in with you, buddy. I'll chip in with you.
But you see what we did in 2017. Like you said, we had Republicans take control of the House, Senate, and the presidency, and the filibuster remained intact. And now they're saying that they're thwarting democracy if they don't get rid of the filibuster. They talk out of both sides of their mouth. And H.R. 1, as my colleague said, is you're talking about forcing states not to have voter ID, to take that away, legalizing ballot harvesting, politicizing the FEC, and having permanently expanding mail-in ballot voting. These are things that are completely unconstitutional for us at the federal level to do because the Constitution says that that rests with the state legislatures. And that's what you get. And like you said, elections matter.
Yeah, there's things in here, Congressman Bishop, that Pat's talking about. They're not even going to need signatures on mail-in ballots, no checking them. This is going back to all 2020 election style. Do you think we ever, as Republicans, win an election again, Dan Bishop? If this goes through, I'll give you the last word.
Grant, not if they pass that law. And again, that's what they're engaged in is irreversible change. So with respect to H.R. 1, that's as to elections, do all the bad things permanently that they did back in November. But they're doing others. We got two bills, two big, massive amnesty bills on the docket for tomorrow in the House. They're ramming that through. That's irreversible change. They're seeking to have power so that Republicans can never be elected again.
Well, talk about getting my blood flowing right off the top of the show. The three of us have managed to do that. But I appreciate the insight from both of you. I appreciate the fight up there. Never give up, guys. Never give up. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Not a chance. Thank you, Grant.
Thanks, Grant.